What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm back on. Okay. And tonight I want to talk about taking time for you. And I got to get this going because it's been a minute. And stuff just like, a little different. Okay. A little different. I do not know. Sometimes I'm getting it. But look, uh, check in, let me know what's going on, where you from and all of that. So anyway, I have to take a little time off to get myself together and focus on enjoying stuff. And you know what I realized at the end of the day? You have to take time for you. So many times the enemy is so distracting. What do you mean by that? You say, well, I'm gonna do something nice for myself today. Maybe, I'm gonna go for a walk or something. Somebody call you with an issue. Somebody call you with a problem, a family member. It becomes a distraction. And before you know it, you get caught up in whatever that is, and you forget to take the time for yourself. And before you know it, it becomes a pattern. You pouring into everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting some of you. The only person that ain't getting none of you is you. And the enemy does that because what that is it's a way it's a distraction. Okay, it's a distraction. It's to get you from doing what you're supposed to be doing. And so what you got to do is you got to say, hey, time out. I can't continue to pour into other people because the more you pour into other people, the emptier you become. Because people start to look at you for you pouring into them. Well, you my mama, you my woman, you my man, that's your job. You know what I'm saying? And you start to neglect your needs. And then what happens? You get sick. And guess what? Ain't nobody pouring into you at that point. You got to take that time for you. I have become very um like I don't attend a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that like I'm trying to be funny acting. It's just that the point of it is that I gotta be able to have some time for me. As you get older, you require more time to do everything. To clean up, to get your hair done, to do things. And at some point, you gotta say, I can't worry about nobody. I gotta put me first. For so long, you have put yourself second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It's time to put yourself first. And it's time to always stop being so dependent. Okay? Oh, well, I know Bond is gonna do it. I know this person gonna do this. I know this baby. I'm sorry. Listen, let me tell you something. You gotta work on your own soul salvation. You gotta save yourself. Because I'm not gonna be able to do that. Time and time again, you see people who go out their way for other people. They neglect themselves. They don't go to the doctor. They taking everybody else to the doctor. Then when they get sick, what happens? They by themselves. You gotta take time. And when you take time for yourself and you're still, you get to hear the Lord. He'll talk to you. But if you moving all the time and you got two or three phones, and obviously it feels good to be needed. It's a wonderful thing. I mean, nobody want to feel that you ain't needed. But at the end of the day, people will abuse that. Okay, they'll start to say, well, I know she got me, so I'm gonna do what I want to with the things, the money I got. Oh, well, I know my girl got me. I know my mama got me. I know my dad got. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go do what I want with my money, and then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna be like, oh girl, I got backed up. I know you got it. Let me say this to you. I have been blessed, by all the people from Wayne County. in Oakland County, everybody who I believe, really uh, showed up for me as a judge. You know what I'm saying? Really, bond is law. I love it. But at the end of the day, what I got for me ain't for nobody else. It's for me. Now, if I can help you out every now and then, and it's not going to put me in a bad way, maybe I consider that. But I'm not doing all of that other stuff for nobody else, okay? I'm sorry. And let me say this to you. Folk will talk about you. Oh, you acting funny. Oh, you getting a couple dollars now. You don't want to help nobody else. Or you don't want to do nothing. No, baby. I am sorry. I got to take care of me and mine. Me, okay? Me, myself, and I. That's me and mine. Because you cannot continue to keep giving. And that's the thing that we see so often. People just give till they ain't got nothing else to give. Let me tell you something. My grandfather had 10 kids, okay? And he used one piece of toilet paper to wipe his butt because he was sacrificing so much for his kids, making sure they went to college, doing everything. And guess what happened? At the end of the day, he kept on doing it, and guess what? Everybody went on with their lives. They did the things that they wanted to, and then guess what? That's just how things are. So let me just say this to you. You got to stop doing all that. You got to start putting yourself first. And I'm going to tell you something. It feels almost like you're being selfish. Well, why are you acting like that? It's like you being selfish, but you got to do that. You got to be able to pour into you. Even in the Bible, Jesus had to go away to be by himself because the multitude, everybody was pulling from him. I need you to do this. I need you to show up. I need you to heal this person. I need you to, let me tell you something. That is all well and good. Okay, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to train people to depend on themselves. And let me tell you what you ended up doing a lot of times, people, including me. You train people that you will always rescue. And if you always gonna rescue somebody, guess what? You ain't got, you know what's gonna end up happening? They gonna do what they want to for themselves and they're not gonna do nothing for you. They gonna do stuff that they want to with their own resources, but they're not gonna take care of the necessity. And then if you dead and gone, who gonna be there for them? The world not. The world ain't gonna be, let me tell you something. The day my father died, I ain't had nobody to go and borrow no money from. Okay? That was it. Over. Nobody. But I feel sorry for you. You know, you went through a divorce and your dad did, but hey, what can you do for me? Because if you can't do nothing for me, I can't help you out. So here I was struggling because I ain't had nobody, and God said, you got to depend on you. And you got to make it work for what you got to make it work for. You can't be going to Benihana. You can't be getting your hair done. You can't be doing all of that. You're going to have to get on a strict budget because you know the IRS going to take a third of your money because you can't do anything like have another job. So you're going to have to make sure that, hey, you take care of you. And it was a humbling experience. You know what I'm saying? Because you always feel like, well, somebody got my back till your back is up against the wall and you ain't got nothing. And so what you got to be able to do is, people say, well, you being selfish. No, baby, I'm not being selfish. I got to look out for me. And if that's selfish, if that's ugly, if that's mean, baby, I've been called worse. Okay, I've been called worse than that. Okay, so selfish and mean, them light words. Because, honey, I've been called some choice words. And what you got to be able to do is realize at the end of the day, you are the only person that is going to be in that coffin or that urn. Okay? You will be by yourself. Manuel Wilson, Mr. Wilson, agree. Make yourself a priority. You can't save the world. I did. I felt like I had the first 25, 30, maybe first 40 years. That's all I was trying. Was trying to make a difference, trying to do this, trying to do this. And I realized at the end of the day, you can't save the world. Thank you. Much needed reminder. I've been a primary caregiver for my dad for a year. It's time to put me first. Sad but so true. Listen, let me tell you something. You have to carve out time for yourself. You have to carve out time for yourself because if you fold, he ain't got nobody. If you fold, your kids don't have nobody. And you wake up tired. You go to bed tired. Sometimes I say, listen, I got to cut my phone off. And if they got to go to another lawyer, they got to go to another lawyer. But it is what it is. You got to make you a priority. Okay? Sometimes I ain't heard from people in years. Here they come calling. I'm like, oh my goodness. Or so now I'll answer. They're like, I just want to ask you a quick question. It's not legal because if it's legal, I'm going to charge you some money. So I'm like, I can't solve the world's problems. And just like I had to go through and live through things, guess what? So do you. And that's what makes us strong. That is what enables us to build. You know what I'm saying? It's like the refinement. Sometimes God uses complex situations, setbacks, etc., in order to grow you so that you don't stay the same. Hero said, I have not celebrated me episode 61. Next week it's time. Baby, let me tell you something. You got to take a day to yourself. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. When you take that time for yourself, nothing's going to go wrong. Everything is going to keep going. You're going to move. Everybody's going to be okay. But you so worried. Well, if I do this, if I take time for me, with my kids, what? No, honey, let me tell you something. If you always pouring out and nobody is pouring in, you're going to get empty anyway. You have to take that time for you. And if people don't understand that, it's fine. Let me tell you something. I am quick to say, oh, I can't make that. I ain't doing nothing. Well, you ain't doing nothing at home. Exactly. But I'm doing what I want to do. And I have earned the right to be able to say, I'm not going to tell you. And if there are repercussions, I'm woman enough to handle it. But at some point in time, I've got to be able to put me first. And if people don't understand it, that's on them. That's their issue. That's not my issue. And you got to go, if I don't go to this, if I don't do this, they're going to say I'm not. And let me tell you something. I'll be right at home, enjoying myself, enjoying my space, because I need that time. As you get older, one thing that I found for me, as I have gotten older, I need more time emotionally. I need more time mentally. I need more time spiritually. I got to pour into me. I got to make me a better person. I can't just take a quick nap and I'll be okay. I got to be able to have some silence. Everybody like, you know what? What do you do all day? Well, I do my little social media. I pray. You know what I'm saying? I do my work. But a lot of times, I do nothing. I have the TV off. I might have a little jazz on, and that is it. And I go from room to room doing what I want to do, which is absolutely nothing. And guess what? Am I bored? No. Do I want company? No. No. Because if I wanted to be able to fill up my calendar, I could. But see, I used to think, well, the busy you are, that means that, the more popular you are. Yeah, for people to use you, the more people see you, the more people won't find you. The more people don't see you, they forget about you. Well, whatever happened to Obama? Oh, I don't, she retired. She doing her little thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't never really see her no more. Good. Because I equated being invited to many things with being the in crowd. Honey, let me tell you something. I am the out crowd. I don't look, no, okay? I'll be excited. Margaret McKeever says, shoot, she like to be home too. I enjoy it. And one of the things I want you to think about, if you can't enjoy you, how do you think somebody else gonna do it? I know people, oh, okay, now Wednesday I'm doing this, on Thursday I'm doing this, I'm just, oh yeah, listen, that is nothing, okay? Then, I mean, I understand, they get on me all the time. You don't want to go out. Okay, follow along. You don't want to go to the club. No. I don't want to be in a situation with a whole bunch of people with buying food that's nasty, that's fattening, that's expensive, drinking. You walk out there, you don't spend $150. Ain't nobody got time for that. At least I don't. Then your head hurt. You seeing air, and then all the men that's there want young women, and then all the women they doing the line dancing, like that is so ridiculous. And then you look up, you out of $200 or $300 out of a month because you going down here being around some people and y'all talking about some old time stuff. Ain't nobody got time for all that. That has zero interest to me, none whatsoever. So the things that I try to tend are very deliberate. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna show up, and I'm gonna come on home. Okay. And I am not going to overdo things. Why? Because that season is over for me. You know what I'm saying? That season is over. If my showing up means that, going out of my way for you, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just sorry. Now, if I find time to do some things, I will do them. But if I don't, I'm not gonna be bothered because I need to pour into me. Because the older you get, the more time that you do play those line dances. Ain't nobody got time. It's cute. It's feeling good. You walk out the club, you done spend $150, and you done got 8 wings, some French fries, some bread, 4 or 5 drinks, and what you got? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. That may be for somebody, but it's just not for me. Then the next day, you're all hung over, okay? And then you feeling like, wow, I spent $125, and then you do it twice a month. And that ain't even bottle service. That's them little watered down drinks and some chicken wings. I don't have time for that. Then, my girlfriends will say, well, how you gonna meet somebody at home? The same way you gonna meet somebody at the club, These men out here at these clubs do not want to be bothered with no older women most of the time. They hoping some young girl coming in. So you done got your hair done, you're looking good, you're smelling good, and you came out the way that you came in. But your pocket's a little lighter. It's $125 lighter. I don't have time for it. Silly conversations. Talking about, girl, you remember back in the day when we used to do, huh? I have been delivered. Okay, not the wings and fries. Yes, Carol, you know that. Okay. And the steak bites, they're $25. Ain't nobody got time for that. And it is a bite. It ain't even a full steak. It's just a little bite. I don't have time for it. And what I feel and what I find that the more time that I have to really pour into me, I become a better person. I'm able to listen to God. I'm able to get strategy. I'm able to get rest. I'm able to have peace. As a result, I find that I am more uh, 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 happy. Okay. Quit complaining all the time, sis. You be blessed. Okay, God bless you. I have become my own best friend and enjoy being with me. Don't have time for drama. Not 1 ounce. And if I see it coming my way, I go the other way. Why? I don't have time for it. There will be people who just do not like you. Period. I don't like her. I met people don't even know me don't like me. Guess what? That is on you. Goodbye. You don't like me? That's fine. You don't like what I got to say on my page? Go somewhere else. I ain't asking nobody come on my page. I ain't asking nobody come a law firm. I'm not asking people to be my friend. I'm not asking it, nor do I want it. And if a person feels that there's something about me that they don't like. It's a billion people in this world. Go somewhere else. Ain't nobody holding you up or holding you up. Keep it moving. Guess what? Because I ain't gonna lose no sleep over it. Because the last I checked, the only person gonna be in that cast is me, and the only person gonna be in that urn is me. I'm not trying to make a friend. And if a person don't like me, you free to have opinion. This is what we call in America democracy. You got the right to feel the way that you want. But guess what? I'm not going to entertain. So you don't like what I got to say on my page? Go somebody else's page. All right. You know what I'm saying? You don't like what I do? Go somewhere else. God bless you. Peace be with you. And Margaret, you say they be jealous. Listen, I don't care what the problem is. I'm not going to entertain. Period. You understand what I'm saying? That's why, honey, let me tell you something. What I love about Apple and I love this computer. It's called Block, BLOCK. So you don't even exist in my universe. Why? Because I'm not entertaining and explaining myself to somebody who, at the end of the day, does not matter. No one else's opinion of me matters. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. And people, you can go out of your way. You can do everything. You can dot every I, cross every T. And there are people that are still not going to be happy. And guess what? Look at the time that you've expended upon trying to be in their universe when they don't really want you there. They want what you can provide, but they don't want you. Ain't that right, Miss Burton? You keep it real. I want what she has, but I don't like her. Because how do I know? The minute you're not in a position to give, people evaporate. They run the other way. They don't call no more. You understand what I'm saying? As long as you can help them, put them in a better position, put money in their pocket, give them some wheels. But the minute that you can't do that, they jumping on a new bandwagon. Okay? And so what you got to be able to do is pour into you. And if people say, well, you being selfish, you being self-centered, a rose by any other name smells as sweet. You can call a rose a pen and it still gonna smell sweet. You don't take away from something being genuine because of the label that you get. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta stop always wanting to please people. Many times I find that I'm invited to something, and what they invite me for, because they want me to buy a ticket. They want, could you, put this on your page? Could you do this? Can you promote it? But at the end of the day, I can count on one hand with no thumb the people that are genuinely interested in your well-being. People are only interested in you for what they can get from you. And whether that's time, whether that's notoriety, whatever it is, that's the real. That's just the real. And people don't have time to pour into people that they feel that they're not getting something back. So if I understand that, and it took me a lifetime, I used to tell my mother, oh no, you don't understand. That's really my friend. And listen, I remember my ex-husband used to say, you think you got so many friends, wait till you leave that bench and see what happens. And baby, when I'm telling you, when I left, let me tell you something. I called somebody, and you know what they said? Well, I said, why you not calling me back? You ain't a judge no more. I'm like, whoa, I got you. But I thank God for that. I thank God for allowing me to see how people really are. I'm not mad about it. I understand. And as long as I understand, I can govern myself accordingly. You know what I'm saying? My ex his daddy used to say, if you can't be used, you ain't nothing. Don't misuse nobody. People come into your life because there's something that they want from you. Whether it's attraction, whether it's there's something that they want. That's the real. And so many times we confuse what someone wants from us from wanting us. It's they're different. they're totally different. Because if they could get whatever that benefit is from somewhere else, they're not going to come to you. And so as a result, you confuse people who quote unquote like you from people who want to use you because you have opened yourself up to doing that. But let me tell you what happens. When you erect boundaries, I'm sorry, I'm not available. They may not like it, but they respect it. Because at the end of the day, you got to protect you. You have to protect you. No one else is going to protect you. You know what I'm saying? God forbid if something happened to my lights, I'll be having some candles. Ain't nobody going to pay my light bill. Ain't nobody going to pay my car note. I understand that. So what I got to do is conserve my energy and my resources to provide for me with what the Lord gives me. I cannot continue to pour into other people because they're not going to do that for me. And you say, well, what kind of people do you know? Baby, let me tell you something. They go from your kids to your husband to your children. Baby, let me tell you something, okay? The minute their need is satisfied, they don't have any use for you. And let's just be 100. You understand what I'm saying? And so what you have to do is say, do I have the time? Do I have that resource? Can I expend that? And if you do have the time and the resource, it's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, understand you have to protect you, your time, your resources, your emotions, your money. You have to do that. And when you start to take care of you, people are going to call you selfish, self-centered, mean. But guess what? It's not what people call you, Miss McKeever, Margaret. It's what you answer to. Ain't that right? You can call me whatever you want. It's what I answer to. And I'm no longer going to allow people to define me by what they want from me and I'm unwilling to give. Whatever you think about me, that's your business. I don't care. One iota. I had a guy that said, I wanted to date you, but you be too busy. I said, well, can you still send me clients? Honey, let me tell you something. This is how I love people now like this. If you got to go, bye. See you. I ain't holding you up. You got to go? Bye. It been 100 real, okay? Because I understand that always is not forever and that many situations that you have in your life are temporary. You know, they say that there are relationships that last for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. And you can count on one hand the ones that do last for a lifetime. I mean, I've had people who have been in my life who we was locked in just like that. And time made us grow apart. And they're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing, we not mad, but it was temporary. So I don't hold on unreasonably to people anymore because I don't let people define who I am. I define who Vonda is. You know, if Vonda wakes up this day and Vonda wants to walk around in her pajamas all day, that's what Vonda's going to do. If Vonda wants to eat cereal for dinner, that is what Vonda is going to do. I am going to do what I want to do. And if I can accommodate you, in the meantime, I will. But I'm not going out my way for anything. That is over. See, I used to think, well, the more you sacrifice, God like that. God don't like that. Am I right, niece? Am I right? God don't like that. God don't like you going out your way being a fool. God like, oh no. You have to use wisdom and discernment with everything that you're doing. And the fact that you erect boundaries, you shouldn't say, well, I don't like her because she has a boundary. Well, oh, I'm not dealing with her. No, because I have a boundary. And if it's something that I can't benefit from because of my boundary, then it just wasn't meant for me anyway. Because what God got for me, I'm going to give. Because God gave it to me. But I don't have to go out my way in order to please people anymore. That what was it called? People pleasing. Oh, that's been over with. I don't. That didn't even come in my mind. And somebody called, well, can you do this? No, I cannot. Be blessed and have a great day. I'm not mad. I'm not gonna do it. Period. Boundaries are so necessary. And let me tell you what I learned about people who have boundaries. You don't even think to call them. Let me tell you something. My mother tell me in a minute, you are on your own, baby. I'll be like, oh, don't even think that way. Don't even bring that energy my way. Why? Because she already done told me off real. This what it is and this what's gonna be. Okay, this it. So what that does is it prevents you from entertaining negative energy. Okay, that you can't, that just gonna make you feel bad. No, no, that's okay. I don't want to entertain you. You let me say this to you. Hey, Daryl, how you doing, baby? Listen, let me tell you something. What my aunt used to say, I love you, but my arms can't reach you. Meaning, I love you, but I can't go on my way from you. I love you, but I'm not going to sacrifice for you. I love you, but I may not be able to show up when you need me if I got to show up for myself. And that is the problem. Well, but you're not doing anything. You can't show up for me, no, because maybe I'm not available emotionally. I may not be available mentally. I may just be tired. And as a result, I have to be able to put limitations on what I am and willing to do. And if a person can't respect it, then I understand that and I am going to still look out for me. Used to be back in the day, honey, if you ask me to do something, I look, I'm gonna figure out a way. I'm gonna stay up all night long. How can I make this person happy? How can I do this? And you know what I found? The more I went out of my way, the more people did not appreciate it, and the more they did. And listen, that go from your kids to your husband to it goes to anybody. Okay, and so what you have to do is say, I have to carve out me time. I've got to carve out time for me to be able to rest. I have to carve out time for me to, be with God. I got to carve out time for me to be by myself. And when you do that, I'm going to be honest with you. These last 5 or 6 years, I feel like I done got younger. Why? Because I'm not entertaining things that I used to do because I felt compelled. Because I felt, well, if I don't do this, what they gonna say? Baby, honey, I done been called from the rooter to the tutor. So whatever you call me, it is what you say. It ain't what I answer to. So if that means that I can't be in the inner crowd, then I can't be in the inner crowd. I'm sorry. I gotta be by myself, and I'm all right with that because I no longer need relationships to define me. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need to be somebody labeled. I don't need to be nobody hood, wife, nobody, whatever. I don't need those labels anymore. And if what I do is not enough, I pray that there's someone else that can fill your cup. But I am not available to no longer do that. And I release you in love to find that. But I know that. And I am not mad at you for asking. And I would hope that you would not be mad at me for saying no. But if you are, I understand that. And everybody has to be able to live their own truth. And mine is at this point at 62, I got to put myself first. I have to. My God and me. I love my children. Listen, but I got to put me first. And if putting me first means that I got to put you second, you got to be God number one, me number two, and everybody else get in where you fit in. Bottom line. And I'm all right with that. And I find it to be very liberating. I find it to be very peaceful. But I also find it I'm alone a lot. And I find comfort in it. I used to didn't find comfort with being by myself. But baby, let me tell you something. I find comfort in doing that. Why? I don't have unnecessary drama in my life. I don't have to worry about what people think. I don't have to worry about what they're gonna say. Those I don't even have those considerations anymore. If someone chooses to say, I don't want to, have you, for you to be my lawyer, that is acceptable and that is wonderful. And I hope the best for you. I ain't got time to be falling out with nobody. I ain't got time to be talking about nobody. I ain't got to be tired. I ain't got time for that. That's over. Okay? Lorraine McGee said, will you just feel my soul and listen? Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. And if my philosophy is one that you cannot subscribe to, you are free to go to other people's pages. You are free to block me. You are free to unfriend me. You are free to do that. Because for me, I want the best for you. And if I no longer can provide what you want or what I used to could do, then I encourage you to find someone else that will be able to pour into you because I'm not available. And I'm all right with that. And I hope you are too. Because at the end of the day, when you dead and gone, and you in that urn or you in that coffin, you gonna be a memory. You gotta conserve this time. You know what I'm saying? It's like me with my car. I don't hardly go nowhere because I got a lease. And I gotta conserve the amount of miles that I put on my vehicle because I have a lease. That's a consideration. So I don't just jump off here and say, oh, I want to go downtown. I'm like, do you want to put 60 miles on your car? No, then you go sit down somewhere. You gotta start conserving your energy. You have to conserve your time, your space. Your home is your sanctuary. Your home should be peaceful. Your home should be without drama and it should be without trauma. What Miss Burton say, I'm 63 years old and doing God and myself too. It's called self-care. Hey, Miss Burton. And folk are talking about, she done changed. Why she act like that? Ugh, I don't like that. Guess what? Before, I would give a person my last and go without. Why? Because I believe that sacrifice was better than self-care. But if I do this, God is going to be pleased. Huh? If God gives it to you, He won't you have it. But they're all too often, we love to be, needy. You know what I'm saying? We love for people to say our name. We love applause. We love validation. People live for validation. Okay? I had to learn to validate myself. It's called discernment. Exactly. And I had to learn that I don't need someone else to say, Vonda, you're pretty. Vonda, you're smart. Vonda, you're loyal. I don't need that anymore. I no longer need validation. I don't need it, nor do I want it. You know what I'm saying? And so when I decided to have boundaries in my life, my God, it was like the weights fell off of me. But my fear of having boundaries is I didn't want to not be liked. I wanted people to like me. Okay, wait a minute. What Miss Casimir said, I should have known you a long time ago. You were inspiration to me. Listen, let me tell you something. I had to grow up. I had to go. I was 40 and 50 going out my way for other people who basically, you know, wanted the resources that I provided, but they didn't like me. And I equated the resource with me. We're intertwined, not. And so when I started to say, Lord, let me see, what it is that needs to be done. And I was able to see it. I'm not mad. I understand it. And as a result, I had to govern myself. I had to redo my whole life. And I started to have boundaries. And baby, let me tell you something. I had folks, oh, you acting funny. You done gone through the change. You crazy. You done, baby, I done been called crazy, selfish. Yes, it done. Because I decided to say, I no longer have it to be. I can't make that commitment. I love you, but I can't make that commitment. And so at this point in my life, the person I'm trying to please is God. God, I want to please you. But at the end of the day, I know that God wants me to have rest and He wants me to have peace. Because even God was still away. Jesus was still away from the multitude. You know what I'm saying? To get peace. God don't want you to not have peace. God don't want you chasing people. God wants you to grow with Him, to let Him use you, Him use you, not your neighbors. Okay? Not them so-called friends. I don't need to get used by Him. I don't need nobody using my credit card. I don't need to be going and picking up nothing. I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not. Well, you said, well, I'm not. Listen, let me tell you something. I done had every title that I think I want to have. And guess what? I'm okay. All right? I done been a wife. I've been a mama. I've been a judge. I've been a lawyer. I've been it. You name it. I'm okay. I have to now say, God, what is it you want from me? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to jump on a line? Do you want me to curse? What do you want me to do? You tell me, how can you use my life? And that's what I want to do. I don't want to please Tom, Dick, and Harry. I don't want to please my mama, my daddy, my kids, my grandmama. I don't want to please nobody but God and me. That's it. And I found peace with that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I am so thankful that there was an awakening in me to understand that now that I have boundaries and now that I don't overextend myself, I have peace. I have ultimate peace. And I no longer am expecting validation from others. I don't need nobody to look at my video. I don't need nobody to come on my live. I don't need nobody to call me on the phone. I don't need that anymore. And if that's what people need, that's wonderful. There was a time and a season that made me happy. How many people liked my video? How many people saw me in court? How many people did this? How many people? Girl, that's over and done with. Okay. If don't damn person, everybody I know unsubscribe to me, I'm just doing what God want me to do, and I hope that I'm able to pour into somebody who's at a position where they don't know. Baby, let me tell you something. I give up. I can't do it no more. I done tried. Listen, let me tell you something. And that part is over. That season is over. I'm not going out my way for anyone. And I don't care. Because I've done that all my life. And I don't want to do that anymore. I'm like that 2-year-old. You remember when your baby was 2 years old? It was like, no, 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 no. Well, I think I must be in a 2-year-old phase because I've learned that word. And guess what I learned about the word no? It's not a curse word. It's a boundary. It's protection. No is not selfish. It's not mean. It's protection. And we don't use it enough in our vocabulary because we're more concerned with how people see us, what their opinion is of us. We're more concerned about that. Or more concerned about, oh, I love that. No is an answer. It is an answer. It is an answer. And what we tend to do, we run from, well, I ain't going to answer the phone. I'm going to tell you, No, I can't do that. And I'm not going to have anger or malice in my heart. If I can do it, I will. If I can't, I don't know. And if the relationship that we have is dependent upon me always saying yes, then I can't be in that relationship because that's not a fair relationship. I'm not going to be in a relationship that I'm always giving and no one else is pouring into me. I'm not going to do that. I have done that, and it is not a very happy place. But listen, I just want to let you know that I am going to commit to coming back on here. Okay, we did 10, a little bit at night, and I'm going to commit to just coming back on. Let me tell you something about why I find that I enjoy doing these lives. Iron sharpens iron. It's like JC saying no is an answer. It's like the other comments saying, boundaries, talking about, if you're not changing, you're choosing. We have to have a environment, a community where we are allowed to sharpen each other, that we are allowed to share in a positive way. Not to say we got to all agree, but that we can have opinions that we can share and that I can walk away, which I do, because after I get off the live, I always look at the comments and I'm like, wow, they so right into me. Ooh, I love that. Oh, they did that. And I am thankful that you all have thought enough to show up, to be able to come in, to put something down on me, like no was an answer. My mind blown. I'm like, whoa, you understand? We have to have a community where we are able to feel comfortable and confident with sharing our ideas, our fears, our joys. We need to have that. And I try to have at least a positive place where we can come and we can challenge each other to be the best that we can, to share things. I'm always on social media. You see, I'm growing my hair back and I'm looking at what people say. Well, you need to put this in your hair. You need to do this. You need to do this with your body. You need to not eat after certain. We need to be able to have a community where we can share those ideas. Because the one thing that we all have in common, we're trying to live our best life. We're trying to be productive. We're trying to be able to have peace. We're trying to live our best life. And right now, I'm just honored that we have this community to share. So I'm going to be jumping back on and realizing that you all pour into me like I think I pour into you. So be blessed, enjoy your day. And listen, I'm going to tell you, I might be popping up during the week, okay? I'm telling you, I love it. Thank you so much, Margaret. We're going to see you. Look, I ain't going to say I'm going to see you Saturday. I may be popping back up at nighttime about 9 or 10. But I love you. God bless you and have a great evening.
In a car accident, call Vonda's Law and get the money you deserve. A name you can trust.